I want to move on, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, before the next session where we will talk about the death of the Prophet ﷺ and what followed, and then the theme of the death of the righteous and all of the ahadith about that, and the minor signs that would then follow. This concept of Dajjal and how you protect yourself from ad-Dajjal, right? Because clearly this is the worst of the major signs as it pertains to the believers, is Khuruj al-Masih ad-Dajjal. Meaning, technically speaking, if you can protect yourself from him, you can protect yourself from all the other signs as well, right? If you learn how to guard yourself from what that fitnah would be like when ad-Dajjal comes out, then clearly you'll be able to guard yourself from all types of fitan bi'idhnillahi ta'ala that would follow. So the concept of Dajjal, what's the difference between Dajjal and kadhib? What's the difference between Dajjal and lying? Does anybody know what the difference between those two things is? Dajjal is an added layer of lying because it's a half-truth. And you know, a half-truth is worse than a full lie. Why? Because just like those soothsayers, you have enough of a dosage of truth to validate what you are saying or doing to make it more credible. And that's what makes it so dangerous, so pervasive, and why we have to be that much more careful. And so Dajjaloon are able to take a little bit of truth and then decorate it with a lot more, to have just enough of reality to lie to you about the rest of it. So how do you protect yourself? Well, if you think about the ways that first and foremost, we might perpetuate Dajjal in this world, because that's the scariest part of it all. I actually start with that because when you leave your house every single day, you should be saying, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an adilla aw udal, aw azilla aw uzal, aw adlima aw udlam, aw ajhala, aw yujhala alayya. That, oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from leading astray or being led astray, from falling or causing someone else to fall, from wronging or being wronged, or from being taken advantage of, or from doing so to someone else. So this is what you're supposed to say as you leave your house every single morning. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an adilla aw udal. I seek refuge in you, O Allah, from being astray or leading astray. Aw azilla aw uzal, to fall or to cause someone else to fall. Aw adlima aw udlam, to wrong or to be wronged. Aw ajhala aw yujhala alayya, or to be taken advantage of, or for someone to take advantage of me. And so when you spread things about other people, you could actually be participating in Dajjal. Why? Because when you forwarded it, someone can say, well, that person sent it to me, right? So someone got something from a source that wasn't right, that wasn't correct. They took some truth, they decorated with a bunch of falsehood, and then they spread it, and you chose to spread it as well. And the person who's now spreading it is banking on your credibility, on your trustworthiness, and well, that person sent it to me. So you have to be extremely careful to not be a part of the process of Dajjal more than anything else. So when you talk about protecting yourself, first and foremost, you protect yourself from doing the actions that are so dispraised by the Prophet ﷺ. Now, how do you protect yourself from the fitnah of Dajjal and the fitnah of all of the signs of the Day of Judgment that follow as well? You might remember I gave a khutbah why the Quran doesn't even mention Dajjal. What are the wisdoms of the Quran not mentioning Dajjal? And it doesn't speak about the Mahdi, it doesn't speak about so many of these different things. And the ulama said that of the wisdoms is the tasghir, the belittling of a Dajjal, like you're so irrelevant that you won't be mentioned, like Abu Jahl, right? Because you wanted to make yourself something and Allah Azza wa Jal makes you nothing, to the point that la yuthkar, you're not mentioned. And one of the wisdoms as well is that the Quran is more about being a book of covenant and learning the lessons of the past and how to hold on to that ahd, how to hold on to that covenant. It's a story of the prophets and the principles that you hold on to so you don't fall in the future. The Quran is not a book of a bunch of predictions. You hold on to the Prophet's way, you hold on to the principles that you are taught in the Quran, you hold on to that ahd, and you will be able to survive everything that comes after it. So it's important to understand that. You don't know the specifics, but you know enough in order to survive. Also, to realize that Dajjal does not arrive in a vacuum. And this is the hadith of Anas ibn Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that the Prophet ﷺ said, "Inna amama ad-dajjali sinina khadda'a yukadhabu fiha as-sadiq wa yusaddaqu fiha al-kadhib." That the Prophet ﷺ said that verily preceding the Dajjal will be years of deception, in which the truthful will be considered to be liars and the liars will be believed. And he said that al-amin, a person who is truthful, will be considered to be discredited. And those who are treacherous will be trusted. And those who are disgraceful will speak. Right? So before Dajjal comes, there are things that precede him. And it's a world prior to him where realities are distorted and where everything is all over the place. And I want you to think about it this way also, that before Dajjal comes and presents you false realities, you already have someone else that's doing that too. Who is that? Shaitan. And what is the trick of Shaitan and the Dajjal of Shaitan and the deception of Shaitan, except that he tries to decorate the dunya for you, to decorate the life of this world for you, so that you betray what Allah Azza wa Jal gave to you as a result of that, right? So all Dajjal is going to do, his fitnah, is to distort reality so much and to make the cost of embracing his reality seem like it's worth it, right? He's going to present you a Jannah, he's going to present you a Nar. Inna Allah wa'adakum wa'ad al-haq wa wa'adtukum fa'akhlaftukum. Shaitan is already making you a promise other than the promise of Allah. Dajjal will come and make a promise other than the promise of Allah, but it'll be so visually compelling. It's like when you see those AI videos and you're like, wow, I thought I have a discerning eye. But even I got lost in that one. Even I thought that one was real. And so you get to a point where your sensibilities are lost, your fitrah is compromised, and people in general, they operate only in vanity and they can't see past their surface level vision. And so as people become shallower, the tools to distort that shallow reality become more advanced. And so you couple that with desperation and vulnerability and chaos. It's a dangerous, dangerous fitna, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from that fitna. Allahumma ameen. So I'm going to give you, inshaAllah ta'ala, two things here in this toolbox. Number one will be what the Prophet ﷺ specifically told us as a general framework to protect ourselves from a Dajjal, and what is around the fitna of Dajjal, because if you are protected from that, then inshallah ta'ala you're protected from everything else. Number two, the 20 verses that protect the person from Dajjal. 20 verses in the Quran that the Prophet ﷺ gave to us, and a brief overview of those 20 verses. Number one, al-Iman, your faith. To protect your Iman, to guard your Iman. As the Prophet ﷺ mentions, al-zaman alladhi la yuqbalu fihi al-iman, a time where faith is no longer accepted, right? When, to hold on to your faith before it becomes too extreme. And the Prophet ﷺ said, ثلاثٌ إذا خرجنا لا ينفع نفسا إيمانها لم تكن آمنت من قبل أو كسبت في إيمانها خيرا. Prophet ﷺ said, there are three things that once they appear, faith will not benefit a person unless they previously believed and they derived good from that faith. And he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, طلوع الشمس من مغربها, when the sun rises from the west, وَالدَّجَّالُ وَدَابَةُ الْأَرْضِ, and the Dajjal and the beast of the earth. That once that happens, if you don't have Iman at that point, then you're not going to be able to survive it. And so really building your Iman and building and protecting your Iman and making judgment calls every day that I will not give up my Iman for anything. That my faith is not compromisable. I can't sell it for anything else. The more that you make that value judgment, the more that Allah Azza wa Jalla solidifies it in your heart. The more you nurture it, the more that inshallah ta'ala it takes hold. And so you nurture that Iman as much as you can, because ultimately all of these signs are going to try to, or these fitan will try to snatch that Iman away from you. And you don't want to die in any way with that Iman being taken away from you, that faith being taken away from you. Number two, al-ilm, knowledge. So some of you like all this stuff that we just covered, I don't see the practical benefit. The Prophet ﷺ, when he says that مَا بُعِثَ نَبِيٌّ إِلَّا أَنذَرَ أُمَّتَهُ الْأَعْوَرَ الْكَذَّابِ, that no one came except that he warned his nation about the one-eyed liar, being a Dajjal. أَلَا إِنَّهُ أَعْوَرَ, verily he is one-eyed. وَإِنَّ رَبَّكُمْ لَيْسَ بِأَعْوَرٍ, and verily your Lord is not one-eyed.